This is the moment I'll never forget. Standing in front of this river, all my worries just disappeared. I'm not really a traveler. Before this trip, I'd never gone far alone. Never bought a train ticket without knowing where I'd sleep that night. But one morning, I looked at my work schedule, then I looked out the window, and I closed my laptop. I booked the ticket in 10 minutes. Didn't ask anyone, didn't plan anything, just booked and left. And this river was the first thing I saw when I got off at the station. I stood there for 10 minutes. No filming, no photos, just looking. Then I pulled out my camera because I wanted you to see what I saw. Okay, let me rewind. How did I even get on this train? I got to the station 30 minutes early, sat at the waiting bench, ate a banh mi from the entrance stall, the 10,000 kind nobody looks twice at. It slapped. Then the train arrived, and when I stepped on board, I saw this guy. He was about 60, wearing a green shirt, just staring out the window. No phone, no earphones, just watching and smiling. I sat across from him. I turned off my phone. I looked out too, and that was the first time in years I didn't scroll, didn't read, didn't listen to a podcast. I just sat there and watched the world go by. I didn't actually film that moment. What you're seeing is me filming again after we stopped at the next station, because I didn't want to break that moment. Okay, this is the actual highlight of the whole trip. This is a river ferry crossing. Not a tourist ferry, it's a people's ferry. Folks going to market, going to work, hauling goods, bikes, entire families on board. I got on the ferry and I was shocked. The word crowded doesn't even cover it. The smell, the sounds, the feeling of standing among 300 strangers and not feeling lost. There was an old woman standing next to me, holding a basket with a few guavas. She looked at me, looked at my camera, and then she smiled and handed me one. I didn't understand what she said, but I understood the gesture. Standing on the deck, looking out at the wide river, I thought, these people cross this river every single day. To them, this is just routine, but for me, this was one of the most beautiful moments I'd ever witnessed in my life. The ferry docked, everyone scattered. Life continued, like nothing had happened. I stood there, alone on the deck, and I almost wanted to buy a ticket and ride it again. After getting off the ferry, I walked down a small dirt road. Had no idea where it led, just walked. Then I saw this man, yellow shirt, flip-flops, fumbling with some bamboo poles. I raised my camera to film. He turned and looked at me. I froze. Thought he was going to wave me away, but he smiled, this huge smile, and waved me over. He pointed at the structure, said something I didn't understand, but his eyes said, "Come here, look at this." I'm not exactly sure what he was building, but he was doing it by hand. No machines, no blueprints, just experience and two bare hands. I sat with him for 20 minutes, couldn't say a word, just nodded and smiled. He did the same. That was the longest and most meaningful, wordless conversation I've ever had. past a small station and saw this. An old diesel locomotive, blue, paint peeling off. Looked like it had been running for decades without a single day off. I walked up close, placed my hand on the body, cold and heavy. That feeling of old metal under your palm. I don't know why it was so moving. You know, how many people has this engine carried? How many trips? How many stories happened in the cars it pulled? I thought of the old man on the morning train, of the woman on the ferry, of the man in the yellow shirt. These people don't appear on any travel review page. No hashtags, no reels. But they are my trip, train back. I found the same window seat, just like this morning. This time, no old man sat across from me, just me and an empty seat. I looked out the window. Same fields, same roads. But I wasn't the same person as this morning. Sounds dramatic, but it's true. Just one day, one river, one ferry, one old man and an old locomotive. And that was enough to remind me. Life isn't on a screen. It's in the things you're willing to turn the screen off to find. If you've watched this far, thank you, genuinely. Like if this video touched you even a little, subscribe if you want to come along on the next one. See you on the next trip. It'll go further. It'll be even more real.